Very good day to you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of the Kanji Talk here on Herman Manyora's YouTube channel. My name is Evan Sokinyi. I'm here with the Professor Herman Manyora. Prof, how are you?
Wonderful.
Rigathi Gachagua has gone ballistic on members of parliament from the central Kenya region. He said, now, look at the kind of sentiments that he made. And he was wondering the kind of members of parliament that they do have from that particular region, actually calling them fools for saying yes to everything that the president actually does. Now, in his quest to unite the people from this particular region, do you think that it is actually wise for him to be antagonistic to the members of parliament from that same region?
You know, if you are Gachagua, you'll feel the way he's feeling. These are the guys who impeached him. Okay. Against common sense, against all logic. When talk of impeachment was around, I kept asking myself, will it really happen? How would an MP from Mount Kenya impeach Gachagua? I never believed it would work. And I said as much loudly, publicly. So I thought this impeachment thing was just a joke. Little did I know that these guys would go ahead and impeach him. So you would feel what he's feeling. Okay. As to whether it is wise or not, that you leave to him. But I do know that in Gachagua's place, you'll want them out yesterday, not today.
So what would be the thinking? Is it because of the pain that he still has from the impeachment process, or what is it?
See, the people are still, they are still loyal to Ruto. And the mountain people have changed the course. So they must be called out. And if Gachagua is calling them out, that's just natural according to me. There's nothing strange about it. Yeah.
Okay.
Some people may argue, is it wise? That is debatable. But really calling them out is normal. The entire population has chosen a path different from Ruto's. And some people are sticking with him. It's like a tick sticking to a cow, even as it heads to the slaughterhouse. Yeah.
So at this point, can we really tell whether the former deputy president is still bitter with the members of parliament from his area, or is actually just doing the right thing?
Yeah, I think it is what anybody would do. You need to sweep them out.
Okay.
They are loyal to forces elsewhere, and they are not in sync with what is happening on the mountain.
Okay.
So, and if you handle them with the kids' gloves, then you may find some of them sneaking into parliament in 2007. So you want to ensure none of them sees parliament again. I followed what happened in some of the in some shopping center in I can't remember the name, in Limuru, and he really talked bad of the sitting MP, and I think introduced another person to be this. Everybody does that all the time. It happens all the time. Even in Nyanza, you go against Raila. Raila just needs to pass there once. It began with his father, Jaramogi Oginga Odinga. He didn't have to say anything. He had just to pass there with you, and you become the next MP. Yeah, so these things happen. Even Kenyatta and people like Mbuyo Koinange and James Gishuru, they were very unpopular. Just before election, Kenyatta would make a tour of, what was it called those days? Koinange's place, I can't remember what it was called. And he would move around, see the coffee plantation, and then in one rally say, you people, you are wonderful. The kind of farming you are doing, if the entire country did this country will be great. Look at your coffee. Look at your cows, your dairy animals. No wonder you want to return your MP unopposed. Nobody will oppose him. So these things happen all the time. Yeah. Nobody will oppose James Gishuru or Mbuyo Koinange. Yeah. Yeah.
But then let us look at it from this perspective. These are leaders of the people, duly elected by the people, and therefore it is their mandate to do their work in a manner that they deem fit.
The people who elected those Mount Kenya MPs have changed the course.
Okay.
They are facing Mount Kenya, and these people are facing something else. So the same people are telling them, we elected you.
But does that make them
fools? But we are done with you.
Does that make them fools?
You see, a fool is even a better word. a lunatic would be the word. You see, a lunatic is he who is out of touch with reality. So if the reality on Mount Kenya is people are done with Ruto, and you are still singing his song, then Gachagua is being very polite when he calls you a fool. He should be calling you a lunatic.
Okay. Yeah. So look at it. He's now actually going for the members of parliament. At that time, we also saw his reaction with regards to the artist from that particular region who went to Karen. I mean, I'm still wondering whether this kind of tactic could actually work in his favor.
In history, when we used to read history, warfare, it is called scorched earth method. During war, those small kings and chiefs of those days, they will go, sometimes either they are withdrawing. My friend, Colonel Mugambi told me it's not withdrawing. It's not retreat, it's not retreating, it's withdrawal. And the enemy is coming to your territory because he has outnumbered you. So you burn down everything. They get no shelter, they get no food. You burn down everything. Scorched earth method. You could also apply it in a proactive sense. You beat people and destroy everything of theirs. They take time to recover. So that's what Gachagua is doing. He's using the scorched earth method. He wants to clear all of them without mercy. Yes.
A single man.
Ili iwe funzo kwa mtu mwingine awaye yeyote kutoka Mlima Kenya. Kwamba jamii ya Mlima Kenya ikiangalia upande fulani, when they are facing Mount Kenya, don't face the lake or don't face the Rift Valley or the Indian Ocean. Yeah, I think that's what he's doing. Yeah.
So let us look at it, because he's even had problems with his area member of parliament, and you remember the kind of course, allegations that the Madira member of parliament actually had against him back then. But then all this is doing in his quest to unite the mountain. So, and
I was there, I lost my mother-in-law, and I was burying her there on Friday, and the ground is just one term. That's the truth. And that MP has no space in that area. I was there, and I know. And I traversed the whole of Madeira, and because I have many friends there. I've been married there for many, many years. Many years, over 40 years. So I know. Oh,
so you are an in-law to the mountain as well?
I lost my mother-in-law. I was burying her on Friday, and the ground, I can see the ground. So that MP is also out of touch with reality. Yeah.
Okay. Do you believe that the people here will actually, everybody here, at least a great number, will move along with the Gachagua wave and direction? Because I think that to some extent the MPs here would kind of try to retaliate and say, look, this is the same person whom you want to be following, but look at how he talks down on other leaders from this particular region. There is that kind of divide between unifying the people and unifying the leaders from this particular area.
Those are no longer being counted as leaders. They are just being seen as traitors. That's as simple as that. They are seen as traitors. They can survive. Traitors have survived before. It's the home guards who took over power after independence. But they are seen as traitors. In a community where a traitor is not welcome, the history of the Mount Kenya people makes them very wary of traitors. The war of liberation, the Mau Mau struggle, the war, reminds them of the traitors. And to be a traitor among the Luo and among the Mount Kenya people is a bad thing. So they've been painted as traitors, and that's not good for anybody. If you painted a Luo a traitor, it doesn't matter, and nobody cares. We don't have that history. But the Luo, with the history of persecution, the Mount Kenya people with Mau Mau and the suffering they went through, a traitor is a bad person. And this is what Gachagua is doing. He's successfully portraying these fellows as traitors.
Yeah. Look at the final words that he said. He comes on and says that, look, you'll have your day with destiny on the ballot because the people will be there with you. Do you then therefore foresee a situation whereby the current members of parliament from that particular region may actually fail to retain their seats should they decide to vie?
Unless things change, and things do change in politics, unless things change, these traitor, so-called traitor MPs, none of them can see parliament. No. In fact, it will be foolish even to run. But they will run. And they will, watapata kichapo cha mbwa. Watatandikwa na wapiga kura kama mburukenge. Yes.
For all of them, that is?
Yes, all of them, without exception. Just, we've seen it everywhere. Elsewhere and everywhere. Watachapwa kichapo cha mbwa.
Including very powerful individuals like Herman Manyora.
Ishungwa, in fact, by 8 o'clock, Ishungwa will have lost his seat.
But there's also now...
I remember Ishungwa was a very popular person. At some point, he was the only MP who went in unopposed, I think. That's how popular Kimani Ichung'wah was. Yeah, his efforts in Kikuyu constituent on the ground have always been felt. But it goes to show you what the community thinks about his dalliance with Ruto. So strong is this feeling against Ruto that even powerful MPs like Ichung'wah will be shown the door. They will actually be jettisoned. Atapigwa hivi wanasukumwa nje. That's how bad it is. And he's a good guy. Ichung'wah is a very good guy. Yeah.
Is it because they've betrayed the community or they've betrayed Rigathi Gachagua?
The community and Rigathi Gachagua in terms of this matter are one and the same. Gachagua symbolizes everything. Yes.
So right now you can comfortably say that Gachagua is a man in the Mount Kenya region giving direction. So as long as somebody does not actually go in his direction, then...
Yeah, you are done. That is why if you are not with the DCP, to win a seat in Mount Kenya will be very difficult. You will have to be very special. A really fighter. To win if you are not on DCP. Of course, there are other developments that may come up. We don't know how Uhuru and Jubilee will play out. So, pending that, for now we can safely say, if you are not with DCP, you can't win a seat, including Jubilee MPs. I don't know how strongly Uhuru will come out. You know, there can be compromises. Uhuru can compromise on Jubilee, but firm on Matiang'i. That so long as the community is voting for Matiang'i, he doesn't care what party people are voted on. There can be a compromise of that nature.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, of course, Rigathi Gachagua is on with his his efforts to unite the mountain. Ladies and gentlemen, let's wait and see what becomes of the so he called fools. Till we have this conversation again, have yourself a lovely day. My name is Evans Okinyi.